Hi, I'm Peter Taylor. I'm an author, writer, trained educator, book artist, parent, and a few other things as well. I live in Australia, but originally I'm English, as you can probably tell. Our website is www.writing-for-children.com if you'd like to check me out. From childhood, I've always been surrounded by books and loved books and writing. Now they're all round our house and even fill half the garage. But I know there are those who are not naturally inclined to make either books or writing an important part of their life. So this video has been made to provide some ideas for helping children to enjoy books and writing, and helping them enjoy being creative. I hope you'll find it interesting and entertaining, maybe even useful. It's an abbreviated version of what I can talk about and share in workshops and presentations. But actually, it's been created to encourage people to chat with me at the Fandangle Magazine 2006 Virtual Book Fair in Book Week in the United States. Most adults hope that children will enjoy books and reading. And at an early age, I think all children do actually love listening to stories and poems. When they're very young, particularly delighting in sounds and rhythms of words and rhymes. The chances are they'll have a favourite book or two, which they'll keep and treasure and never want to part with. My kids are now 16 and 18, so I can't show them being bounced on my knee, but when they were little, they loved stories where the words linked to actions, and again, I think all kids like this. In my book, Kangaroo's Visitor Gets a Surprise, Koala finds Kangaroo's machine and pulls the red lever, just to see what will happen. A big arm shoots out like a rocket and picks up Koala and shakes him up and down and side to side and twists him round and round, and I think parents will enjoy picking up their kids and moving them up and down and side to side and twisting them, and at least I hope they do. It's usually a bit later that children start to lose their enjoyment of books. Children pick up paintbrushes, crayons and pencils. Parents and teachers think their first creations are wonderful. And the kids mixed up words with their pictures, and a little later pictures with their words. And no one cares. And they act out stories with toys. And they paint and draw stories without words. My son drew this story first, then told me what it was about, and I wrote what he told me. This is the platypus that lives in the sea. This is the giraffe that eats off the tree. These are the bears that milk the cow. This is the cat that sits on the wall. This is the person who looks after them all. Many children draw weird inventions. My son drew this burglar alarm. In actual fact, it looks very similar to some of Heath Robinson's weird creations, but he hadn't actually seen any of Heath Robinson's pictures before he drew it. If you give children some folded paper, they will often spontaneously make their own books. Together, my kids and I would make characters depicted in library books that they loved, and use these little models to tell the same story, interact with other characters in the books, or tell new stories, or have little chats with book characters, or their own toys. If my children really loved a story, occasionally I'd write out the words and they do their own pictures so that they could keep the book. Once upon a time there was a hen. She laid 2 large eggs. One hatched, but the other one didn't. Maybe if I talk to my egg, it will hatch, she said. And she talked to it for 3 whole days, but it didn't hatch. Hello, beautiful. Maybe if I fed my egg it would hatch, she said. She boiled a big pot of spaghetti and poured it all over the egg, saying, "Come on out, my pretty. Come out and eat your dinner." "Maybe if I rocked my egg gently it would hatch," she said. She made a cradle out of straw and daisies. She rocked the egg for 3 whole days, but still it did not hatch. "Maybe if I planted my egg in the garden it would hatch," she said. She dug a hole and buried it. But still it did not hatch. "My poor baby," she said. "I will have to go home and have a rest. I'm very tired after standing for 3 whole days." And she picked up the egg and carried it indoors. She put her egg in the bed and lay down on it for 3 whole days and 3 whole nights. And the next day the egg cracked open. "Hello, Mother," said the chick. She was so surprised she jumped out of bed. "Welcome to the big wide world," she said. With some help, my son even tried to replicate the most complex pop-up books and also make his own. Bears brush their teeth up and down, shouldn't you? Chimps brush their teeth back and forth, shouldn't you? Hippos always brush their back teeth, shouldn't you? Every lion brushes every tooth every day, shouldn't you? Sharks floss every day, shouldn't you?